The empty passenger seat and the best tip of my life. I used to drive for a rideshare app in Chicago, mostly nights, picking up the late shift workers and the weekend party crowd. You see a lot of things in that rearview mirror, but mostly, people just want to get from point A to point B in silence. One Tuesday, around midnight, I picked up this guy named Marcus. He looked like he'd just spent 12 hours in a boxing ring, not physically, but spiritually. He was carrying a small, colorful backpack, the kind with bright yellow dinosaurs on it. He didn't say a word. He just stared out the window at the city lights. After about 10 minutes, I noticed his hand was gripping that little backpack so hard his knuckles were white. I figured maybe he was a single dad coming home from a custody visit, or maybe he'd just picked up his kids' gear from school. I tried to keep it light. I said, "Hey man, my nephew has that same bag. He's obsessed with the T-Rex." The silence that followed was heavy. Like, suffocating heavy. Then, Marcus finally spoke. His voice was barely a whisper. He said, "It was my son's favorite. We just left the hospital. For the last time." My heart didn't just drop, it shattered. I realized then why he was holding that bag like it was made of gold. It was the only thing he had left of his 4-year-old. He'd been working double shifts at the warehouse just to keep up with the medical bills, and now, there were no more bills to pay. I didn't know what to say. "I'm sorry" felt like an insult. So, I just drove. I turned off the radio, and we sat in that quiet for the rest of the trip. When we pulled up to his apartment, he went to pay on the app, but I stopped him. I told him the ride was on me. He tried to argue, but I just looked him in the eye and said, "Take care of yourself, Marcus." The next morning, I saw a notification on my phone. Marcus had found a way to tip me, not with money, but with a message. It just said, "Thank you for not making me talk. You were the only person who didn't ask me to be okay today." Sometimes, the best thing you can give someone is just a little bit of space to fall apart.